Derek, I'm sorry, but could you either pick up something from the store or order delivery for dinner tonight?
Huh? Why?
I'm not feeling well.
What kind of not feeling well? You know I was looking forward to your curry tonight.
I really did plan to make curry. I even bought all the ingredients yesterday, but I've been so dizzy since morning.
You're always dizzy lately. What about the ingredients then? They'll go bad.
I can make it tomorrow when I'm feeling better. The vegetables will keep.
What? You're still sick? You've been saying you don't feel good for ages now.
It's not exactly being sick. It can't just get better. I'm feeling nauseous and a bit anemic.
We spent good money on those groceries. You should have planned better if you weren't feeling well.
I really thought I'd feel better by evening. The symptoms come and go.
You said that last week, too. Remember when you didn't make dinner then either?
That was different. I had my prenatal checkup that day and it ran late.
I know pregnancy isn't an illness, but is this morning sickness? Does that even last when you get this big?
Most people say morning sickness is worst in early pregnancy, but some have it until late pregnancy. Though I think my nausea is from the baby pressing against everything.
And you're sure it's not just from lying around all day?
I try to move when I can, but sometimes even standing makes me dizzy.
Wait, so you're gonna feel sick until you give birth?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But it's not like I feel terrible every single day. I have better days too.
You know what your problem is? You're always focusing on the bad days.
That's not true. I cook and clean on my good days.
You say you have better days, but you've been just lying around since getting pregnant. Always making excuses about not feeling well.
They're not excuses.
Yesterday seemed fine. You were watching TV when I got home.
I had finally stopped feeling nauseous, so I was resting.
Other pregnant women are out walking and exercising. Why don't you at least walk around the neighborhood?
I do walk when I can, but the doctor specifically said rest is most important and not to push myself.
Well, don't you think you're getting too fat? You're just ballooning up.
Really? My doctor hasn't said anything about gaining too much weight. It might look worse because of all the swelling.
How much have you gained anyway? Be honest.
About 24 pounds so far. The doctor says it's within normal range.
Normal range? That's just what they say to make you feel better.
The pregnancy book says 25 to 35 pounds is normal.
No, you've definitely gotten fat. You look like a beached whale when you're lying down.
You don't have to say it like that.
Remember how you used to look in your wedding dress?
Of course I remember, but I'm 7 months pregnant now.
I'm serious, you really look like a stranded whale. Your snoring is ridiculous too. I was just congratulating myself the other day for managing to marry you.
I see.
You used to care more about your appearance before.
I still try to look nice.
When was the last time you even put on makeup?
It's hard to put on makeup when I'm feeling sick all the time.
Look, your health issues are definitely from lack of exercise. There's plenty of time until dinner. You might feel better if you move around. Just make sure you cook dinner properly. My body's probably out of whack from all those frozen dinners lately.
But I'm still getting dizzy when I stand up.
You're being dramatic again.
No, I really am dizzy. I almost fell in the bathroom this morning.
That's just right now, right? You'll be fine by the time I get home. Make sure there are lots of vegetables tonight, something healthy.
That's not fair. You're the one who messed up your diet by going out drinking all the time. I texted because I really don't think I can cook tonight.
You used to love cooking. What happened to that?
I still love cooking, but right now I can barely stand in the kitchen.
Whatever. You're a stay-at-home wife just lounging around all day. The least you could do is the housework.
Why won't you consider the fact that I'm literally pregnant?
You keep using that as an excuse.
It's not an excuse. I'm growing our baby.
Look, other people are out shopping and doing normal things while pregnant. Why are you the only one acting like an invalid? And I can tell you've been slacking on the cleaning lately, too.
I do what I can when I'm able to.
That cabinet still hasn't been organized since last week.
I was planning to do it today, but the dizziness.
I'm saying you're half-assing it. What do you think I'm letting you be a housewife for? I hate having a dirty house. I'm already stressed enough from work. At least let me relax at home. Who do you think is keeping you alive?
I'm sorry. I'll try to do better.
You always say that, but nothing changes.
I really am trying my best.
Your best isn't good enough lately.
The doctor said some days would be harder than others.
You should have said that from the start. If the house isn't cleaner than it was this morning, you're going to clean until it's spotless. And make sure you scrub the soap scum off the bathtub, too.
The fumes from the cleaning products make me nauseous.
Wear a mask, then. Just get it done.
Derek, I'm sorry I couldn't make dinner.
Whatever, I'll eat out. But you should have at least texted earlier to say there wouldn't be food.
I'm sorry.
This is the third time this week.
I know, I feel terrible about it.
And the room's exactly how I left it this morning. Nothing cleaned up. This is the worst.
I caught a cold and have a fever. I thought it would get better if I slept, but it seems to be getting worse.
What? How did you catch a cold when you never go anywhere?
Maybe when I went to the supermarket the other day?
Didn't you wear a mask?
I did, but...
For someone who barely goes out, you sure managed to catch germs. What if you give it to me?
I'll sleep in the guest room tonight.
What about my shirts for tomorrow?
I haven't ironed them yet.
Yeah, you better, and make sure you disinfect the bedroom. Change the sheets, too.
Sorry, I'm too dizzy to do that right now.
What? You didn't do anything all day, though.
I tried to fold the laundry, but had to lie down.
I come home from work and there's no dinner, the house is a mess. What are you even here for?
What am I here for? Am I just here to do housework? Is that the only reason you married me?
That's what you promised when you quit your job, remember?
That was before we knew I was pregnant.
That's not what I said, but have you forgotten your position as a housewife? Being pregnant doesn't make you special.
I've never acted like I was special.
Yes, you have. I work every day while you just lounge around at home. You're using I don't feel well and I'm pregnant as get out of jail free cards to be lazy every day.
My head is pounding and I can barely stand.
Take some medicine then.
The doctor said to avoid medication unless absolutely necessary.
There you go again with the doctor this, doctor that.
I checked my temperature again. It's gone up to 102.
Those cheap thermometers aren't accurate.
We bought this one at the hospital pharmacy.
You're always finding excuses to visit the hospital.
They're not excuses. I have scheduled prenatal checkups.
Every little thing becomes a hospital visit with you.
I'm not being lazy. Listen, this baby is yours too, Derek.
I know that.
Then why won't you come to any of the appointments?
I told you I'm busy at work.
You managed to go to 3 drinking parties this week.
Those are for work too. You wouldn't understand.
Why does it matter? You don't care about me or this baby. You just care if I cook and clean.
Of course I care about you and the baby.
No, you don't. If you did, you wouldn't say these things. I tried to clean the kitchen earlier, but got so dizzy I had to sit down.
You're always dizzy lately. Maybe if you actually moved around more.
The doctor said the dizziness is from anemia.
I'm working hard to support you and that baby, aren't I? You're the one who doesn't understand my efforts.
Supporting us isn't just about money.
What else is there? I pay for everything.
I'm grateful that you work, but could you please try to learn a bit more about pregnancy? Some pregnant women can be active, others need rest. Everyone has different symptoms. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
My sister never complained this much when she was pregnant.
Your sister had a completely different pregnancy.
She worked until her 8th month.
The doctor said each pregnancy is different.
This is probably because of your unhealthy lifestyle before. You were already lazy with housework before getting pregnant.
I wasn't. That's why the house was always clean before.
Yeah, right. Maybe you hired a cleaning service and went out having fun.
I never did that.
Well, someone must have been helping you then.
No one helped. I did everything myself.
As punishment for not making my dinner, make sure the cleaning is perfect.
What? I told you I have a fever.
The fever can't be that bad if you can text.
Please, I really need to rest.
I'm saying don't use a little fever as an excuse to skip housework. Do it perfectly. Oh, and my friends just invited me out drinking, so I'll be back late tonight.
You're going drinking when I'm sick?
It's just a work thing. I have to go.
I might need to go to the hospital.
Stop being dramatic.
If you have time to go drinking, shouldn't you normally help with housework?
Don't push your normal on me. Besides, I work hard, so I deserve to have fun. You should finish your own work before resting.
The fever's getting worse.
Everything's always worse with you these days.
Can you at least call me if I need help?
What kind of help would you need? Just rest if you're that sick.
How can you say things like that? I'm constantly thinking about the baby, following all these restrictions to make sure I can deliver safely. But you don't do anything even though I'm pregnant. You leave all the housework to me and say I'm worthless unless it's perfect.
I never said you were worthless.
Then what did you mean when you said, "What are you even here for?"
You're twisting my words again.
No, I remember exactly what you said.
You're being too sensitive lately.
Everything I do is wrong in your eyes now.
That's not true.
Didn't you just ask what I'm here for the other day?
That's different. I was just frustrated.
You're always just frustrated lately.
Stop bringing down my mood when I'm about to go out. Haven't you become hysterical since getting pregnant? You don't do housework. Your personalities become difficult. Nothing good has come from this pregnancy.
Fine, I'm done.
What now? Are you getting defensive?
I just need to do the housework perfectly, right? I realize there's no point in saying anything else.
That's right. If you understand, stop arguing. You've really become such a pain. Makes me regret even marrying you. Hey, where are you? The living room's still a mess. Why aren't you picking up your phone? The bathroom isn't cleaned either. I've called 5 times now. Are you ignoring me on purpose? The kitchen's exactly how I left it. If you're trying to make me feel guilty, it's not working. Did you go to your parents again? Answer your phone already! You're seriously so annoying! You said you weren't feeling well, but you're not even home? Where'd you go without doing the housework?
Your wife isn't here anymore.
What? Well, what do you mean, your wife? Where are you? Why isn't the room cleaned?
Derek, this isn't Julia.
You're using her phone, though? What are you talking about? Who is this?
Julia was taken to the hospital.
What? Which hospital? Why didn't anyone tell me? Is she okay?
This is your mother speaking. What have you done?
Mom?
Yes, it's me. Mrs. Barnes from next door called me.
Why are the neighbors involved?
Because they heard her crying for help. They found her collapsed in the hallway trying to clean.
Seriously? This must be some kind of joke! How do I know this isn't Julia just pulling my leg?
If you don't believe that this is your mother, I can write down the name of your high school crush right here.
Stop! Don't! But why are you on Julia's phone? And what's this about the hospital?
So I hear you made your pregnant wife do housework while she had a fever. Julia tried to clean like you demanded, then collapsed. She managed to drag herself to the phone and call an ambulance with her last bit of strength.
But I thought it was just a cold! She was texting normally earlier!
Just a cold. She had a fever of nearly 104 degrees. And she's pregnant, for heaven's sake. Why would you make her do housework? And I heard you went out drinking instead of helping.
I just went out to eat and then I got invited out of nowhere!
While your wife was burning up with fever. And stayed out drinking until this hour. Most husbands would be by their sick wife's side, don't you think?
I have social obligations too!
You have obligations to your wife and unborn child.
You're making this sound worse than it is.
The doctor said she could have lost the baby.
What?
What kind of obligation is more important than being with your feverish pregnant wife? She's carrying your child. What were you thinking? Why can't you show any kindness to your own wife?
Well, she just lies around all day anyway, so doing some housework shouldn't be a big deal.
Let her lie around. That's what pregnant women need to do sometimes.
There are women who take care of kids while pregnant. Some even work full-time.
That's because they have good health and support from people around them. Tell me, what support have you given Julia?
I'm working to support us.
That's just the bare minimum expectation.
If you're done lecturing, just tell me which hospital she's in.
She's crying, Derek. She's been crying since she got here.
Just tell me where she is.
Julia specifically asked me not to tell you.
You can't keep her from me. I'm her husband. Seriously?
You've lost the right to be a husband. Your wife is gone now.
Julia, please answer my calls. I've been trying to reach you for days. At least let me know you're okay. Julia, please, at least talk to me. I want to apologize properly in person. Are you still in the hospital?
I was discharged yesterday.
Julia, are you okay? I was really worried when I couldn't reach you.
Obviously, I wasn't okay. That's why I was hospitalized.
Well, yeah, but can we meet and talk?
There's nothing to discuss in person. I contacted you today because I finally found the courage to tell you something.
What do you mean, courage?
I want a divorce.
What? Huh? You can't be serious! Is my mom making you say this?
I can't live with you anymore. That's what I've realized. Please, divorce me.
Wait, hold on. Divorce? Is this because I told you to do housework?
You really don't get it, do you?
Then explain it to me.
It's everything combined. I asked you so many times to learn about pregnancy and childbirth. I explained why I couldn't do housework when I wasn't feeling well. But you never understood any of it.
But pregnancy isn't an illness!
No, it's not an illness. But I'm growing a child at the risk of my own life. And childbirth itself can be life-threatening. Do you realize how you've been treating me while I'm going through all of this?
I'm sorry! Mom explained everything to me after that night. She lectured me, and now I understand how hard pregnancy is.
It's too late.
How can it be too late? Isn't what comes after the birth more important?
I'll never forget what happened. Being told I'm worthless if I don't do housework. Being ordered to clean perfectly while I had a fever. I've realized just being around you causes me stress.
That's not fair. I was stressed from work.
And I was stressed from growing your child.
I said I'll apologize and help from now on. Please don't talk about divorce. I married you because I wanted to be with you.
If that were true, couldn't you have shown a little more kindness and consideration? I was grateful every day that you worked hard, but I think spouses should support each other during difficult times.
What about the baby? Are you planning to raise it alone?
I'll focus on childcare for the first year. Then I'll work. I have to raise our child.
Being a single mom is really tough.
I know that, but I think staying with you would be tougher. Besides, my parents and your mom have promised to support me completely, so I'll be fine. I'll definitely raise this child properly.
Even your parents are against me?
They saw how you treated me.
I want to raise the kid too.
You never showed any interest in the baby before. You just made fun of me, saying I looked like a whale when my belly got bigger. You never bothered to learn anything about the baby. When I got sick, you just looked annoyed and didn't worry about me or the baby at all.
They say men are slower to develop awareness of being fathers.
Oh, so you know that piece of information. That makes me even angrier. Don't just pick and choose convenient facts to justify yourself.
I'll really change from now on. I'll put you and the baby's health first, no matter what.
I can't trust promises from someone who's done nothing until now. I'll have my lawyer contact you about the divorce.
Please, Julia, I'm truly sorry. I realized these past few days that I have nothing without you. I finally understand how precious you are to me.
All you need is someone who'll do your housework perfectly. Just hire a housekeeper. You're not qualified to have a family, so you don't need me either.
That's not true. I want to be with you because you're you. I want to cherish you.
Someone who cherishes their partner doesn't make them do housework when they have a fever. I don't need a husband and father who leaves his sick, pregnant wife alone to go drinking and doesn't care about her health. Don't you think someone like that is worthless? After that, we got divorced, and I received a small settlement. My husband fought against the divorce until the end, but nobody took his side. Not his mother, my parents, or any of our friends. Everyone criticized him, and he seems to have finally understood how terrible his behavior was. Even though he's reflected on his actions, I have no intention of reconciling. I won't deny him his position as the child's father, so he'll pay child support and see the baby. Well, my relationship with him is over. I hope he can be a good father to our child. Looking back, I realize I should have noticed the warning signs earlier. Even before the pregnancy, Derek always prioritized his own comfort over everything else. The pregnancy just made his true nature more apparent. Sometimes I wonder if I was too focused on being the perfect wife to see what was happening. But I know now that no amount of perfection would have been enough for him. The support I've received has been overwhelming. Derek's mother, Martha, has been especially amazing. She calls every day to check on me and even helped me find a new apartment close to my parents. She told me that watching her son's behavior made her realize she might have spoiled him too much. And she's determined to help make things right. My own parents have turned their home office into a nursery for when I need help with childcare. A few weeks after the divorce, I gave birth to my child. I feel happiness every day seeing my healthy baby girl. Of course, caring for a newborn is incredibly challenging, but I'm managing thanks to everyone's support. Things will probably get even harder when I start working. Still, I'll do whatever it takes to give this child a happy life. I won't take the kindness of those supporting me for granted. I'll do what I can by myself, and always remember to be grateful while raising my daughter. I want to make sure she knows she's being raised with lots of love. Derek has asked to see the baby several times through his mother. While part of me is hesitant, I know our daughter deserves to know her father. We've arranged for supervised visits with Martha present. He seems different now, more humble, more aware. But while I hope he becomes a good father, I have no regrets about ending our marriage. Sometimes choosing to leave is the strongest thing you can do. My daughter will grow up knowing that her mother was strong enough to choose what was best for both of them. Starting over isn't easy, but every time I look at my daughter's face, I know I made the right choice. We'll face whatever challenges come our way together. Surrounded by people who truly care about us, that's worth more than any perfect marriage could ever be.